Okay, Alice, quick question. Is it he gave into temptation or he gave into temptation?
Honestly, I think a lot of people get this wrong.
Right? And that's exactly what today's episode is about.
Ooh, this is going to be a good one.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm David.
And I'm Alice. Thanks for joining us today.
So today we're going to talk about 3 things that confuse almost every English learner.
And honestly, even native speakers mess these up sometimes.
That's true. We're talking about in, into, and into.
They look so similar, right? But they are actually very different.
Very different. And using the wrong one can sound really weird or even be completely wrong.
So stay with us. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly which one to use.
But first, if you're new here, please subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Yes, and give us a thumbs up if you find this helpful. It really supports us.
Okay, let's dive in.
Let's go.
All right, let's start with the simplest one. The word in. Just in, by itself.
Okay, sounds easy enough.
So when in stands alone, not connected to another word, it usually works as an adverb. It tells you where something is, or the direction of movement that ends at a location.
Right, so like, he went in.
Exactly. He went in. Here, in means he moved from outside to inside. We don't say where, we just say in.
So in is the complete idea. He went in. Done.
Done. No extra information needed. Please come in. She walked in. He stepped in.
Okay, what about he went in the office?
Ah, great question. Now this is where it gets interesting. He went in the office is actually a little strange in everyday English.
Strange? How?
Well, think about it. He went in the office sounds like he was already inside the office and was going somewhere within it, like walking around in the office.
Oh, I see. So it doesn't mean he entered the office.
Not really. If you want to say he entered the office, you need a different word, and that word is
Into.
exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about into. One word. I-N-T-O.
Into means movement, right? Going from one place to another place?
Yes. Into shows movement from outside to inside. There's a change of location. You start outside and you end up inside.
Okay, so he went into the study.
Perfect. He went into the study. He was somewhere else, maybe the hallway, and he moved into the study. He entered it.
So he went into the study is correct. What about he went in the study?
He went in the study is grammatically possible, but it means something different. It would mean he went somewhere while he was already in the study, like he walked around inside the study.
That's a very different meaning.
Completely different. Let me give you more examples. She ran into the house.
She was outside and she ran inside the house.
Right. Now compare she ran in the house.
She was already in the house and she was running around inside it.
Yes, like a kid running around the living room. Mom says, "Stop running in the house."
Oh, every parent says that.
Exactly. Don't run in the house means don't run while you are inside the house. But she ran into the house means she entered the house by running.
Wow, that's such a clear difference.
Let me give you one more. He jumped into the pool.
He was on the edge and he jumped. Now he's in the water.
Right. He jumped in the pool would mean he was already in the pool and he jumped while in the water.
Like a kid splashing around.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about into. One word. I-N-T-O.
Into means movement, right? Going from one place to another place?
Yes. Into shows movement from outside to inside. There's a change of location. You start outside and you end up inside.
Okay, so he went into the study.
Perfect. He went into the study. He was somewhere else, maybe the hallway, and he moved into the study. He entered it.
So he went into the study is correct. What about he went in the study?
He went in the study is grammatically possible, but it means something different. It would mean he went somewhere while he was already in the study, like he walked around inside the study.
That's a very different meaning.
Completely different. Let me give you more examples. She ran into the house.
She was outside and she ran inside the house.
Right. Now compare she ran in the house.
She was already in the house and she was running around inside it.
Yes, like a kid running around the living room. Mom says, "Stop running in the house."
Oh, every parent says that.
Exactly. Don't run in the house means don't run while you are inside the house, but she ran into the house means she entered the house by running.
Wow, that's such a clear difference.
Let me give you one more. He jumped into the pool.
He was on the edge and he jumped. Now he's in the water.
Right. He jumped in the pool would mean he was already in the pool and he jumped while in the water.
Like a kid splashing around.
Yes.
Now, here's the tricky part. Into. 2 words. Space between them.
This is the one that confuses everyone, right?
Yes, and here's the key. When you see into as 2 words, they are doing 2 separate jobs. In belongs to the verb, it's part of a phrasal verb, and to belongs to the next part of the sentence.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Think about the phrasal verb give in. Give in means to surrender, to stop fighting, to accept defeat.
Okay, give in. Got it.
Now, if I surrender to something, I say, I gave in to temptation.
Oh, so in belongs to give in, and to belongs to temptation.
Exactly. Give in plus to temptation. That's why it's 2 words, into.
So he gave into temptation is wrong?
Yes, he gave into temptation is incorrect because gave into is not a phrasal verb. The phrasal verb is give in, and then you add to separately.
Oh, wow. I've seen people write gave into many times.
It's one of the most common mistakes in English. Even native speakers write it wrong sometimes.
So the trick is, if the verb already has in as part of a phrasal verb, then to stays separate.
Perfect, you got it. Let me give you more examples.
Yes, please.
He went in to see the doctor.
Let me think. Went in is the action, he entered, and to see the doctor is the purpose. Why did he go in? To see the doctor.
Brilliant. So in is the adverb, it tells us the direction, and to starts the purpose, to see the doctor.
Okay, so he went in to see the doctor would be wrong.
Yes, went in to see makes no sense. Into needs a noun after it, like into the room, into the building. You can't say into see.
That makes sense. Into plus a noun. Into plus a verb.
That's actually a really great shortcut. Here's the rule. If the word after to is a verb, like see, check, talk, then it's probably into, 2 words. If the word after to is a noun or place, like the room, the house, then it might be into, 1 word.
Oh, that's a helpful trick.
But be careful, it's not always that simple. Context matters.
Okay, Alice, here's a fun one. What's the difference between he went into the study and he went into the study?
They look almost the same.
Right? But there is a difference. He went into the study, 1 word into, means he entered the study. Simple and natural.
Okay, that's clear.
He went into the study. This is a little unusual. It could mean he went in, he entered somewhere, and to the study shows the destination or purpose. But honestly, this sentence sounds awkward.
So people wouldn't really say he went into the study.
Not normally, no. Most people would just say he went into the study. He went into the study is grammatically possible, but it's not natural. It sounds forced.
So in real life, he went into the study is the winner.
Yes, 99% of the time, that's what you'd say and hear. Okay, Alice, now let's look at some really interesting phrasal verb combinations. These trip people up a lot.
Ooh, like what?
Listen in. The phrasal verb listen in means to secretly hear something or to eavesdrop.
Like someone listening to a private conversation?
Exactly. Now here's the question. He listened in on me or he listened in to me? Which one is correct?
I want to say listened in to me because we usually say listen to, right?
That's a great instinct, but actually the correct one here is he listened in on me.
Really? Listened in on?
Yes, here's why. Listen in is the phrasal verb. It means to secretly hear. And when you want to say who you were eavesdropping on, you use on, not to.
So the preposition that goes with the target of eavesdropping is on.
Right. She listened in on their conversation. The spy listened in on the phone call. Always on.
What about he listened in to me? Is that completely wrong?
It's not exactly wrong, but it means something different and it sounds very awkward. If someone says he listened in to me, it could theoretically mean he came in and then listened to me, but nobody would say it that way.
So it's technically possible but practically useless?
That's a perfect way to put it. Technically possible, practically useless. In real life, you just say, he came in and listened to me, or he listened to me. No one would combine listened in with to me.
Got it. So the natural pairing is listen in on someone.
Exactly.
What if I just want to say listen to without the secret part, like just normal listening?
Then you just say, he listened to me. Simple. Listen to is for normal listening. Listen in on someone is for secret listening, eavesdropping.
Oh, so he listened to me, normal. He heard what I said. He listened in on me, secret. He was spying on my conversation.
Perfect. Big difference, right?
Huge difference.
Let's do another one. This is really fun. Tune in. The phrasal verb tune in.
Tune in means to switch to a channel or a station, right? Like on the radio or TV?
Yes, or to start watching or listening to something. Tune in to our show every Friday.
Okay, so what about this? He tuned his radio into CNN, or he tuned his radio in on CNN.
Ooh, great question. And this is where it gets fun. He tuned his radio in to CNN is the correct one.
Okay, why?
Because tune in is the phrasal verb. It means to adjust the radio to receive a station. And to tells us which station, to CNN. So it's tune in plus to CNN.
So in belongs to tune and to belongs to CNN.
Exactly. Just like give in to temptation. Same structure. Phrasal verb plus to plus target.
And he tuned his radio in on CNN. Is that wrong?
It sounds unnatural. Native speakers would not say tuned in on CNN. The combination tune in on doesn't work for choosing a station. You tune in to a station, not on a station.
So tune in to is the natural pairing for stations and channels?
Yes. Tune in to CNN. Tune in to the podcast. Tune in to Channel 5. Always to.
Interesting. So listen in takes on, but tune in takes to.
Yes, and that's exactly why this is confusing. Different phrasal verbs take different prepositions. There's no single rule.
English, why are you like this?
I know, right? But here's a way to think about it. Listen in on. You're spying on someone. The on gives that feeling of targeting someone, like you're on their case.
Oh, that's a good image.
And tune in to. You're connecting to a station, like you're directing yourself to that frequency.
So on feels like targeting and to feels like direction. That actually makes sense.
It does. And if you remember those images, you'll pick the right one every time. Let's do more examples to make this really solid.
Yes, let's keep going.
She logged into her account.
Logged in is the phrasal verb. To her account tells us where, so it's into, 2 words.
Perfect. Now, she logged into her account. This is actually so common that many people accept it now. Dictionaries are starting to list log into as acceptable.
Oh, really? So language is changing?
It is. English is always evolving. But if you want to be technically precise, log into with a space is more traditional.
Good to know. What's next?
He turned himself into the police.
Oh, this is a good one. Turned himself in means he surrendered himself, and to the police tells us to whom.
Right. Now, he turned himself into the police. What would that mean?
That he transformed into a police officer?
Exactly. Like a superhero. He turned himself into the police. Now he is a cop.
Oh no, that's hilarious. And that shows exactly why the space matters.
It really does. One space changes the entire meaning. Turned into, surrendered to. Turned into, transformed into.
English is wild.
Let's do one more. She came in to drop off the package.
She came in, she entered. To drop off the package, that's her purpose.
Perfect. And she came into the room means she entered the room.
Okay, I'm starting to feel really confident about this now.
Now, let's do a quick summary of the phrasal verbs we've covered and their correct prepositions. This is like a cheat sheet.
Ooh, I love cheat sheets.
Give in to something. Give in to pressure. Give in to temptation.
In stays with give. To is separate.
Hand in to someone. She handed in her report to the boss.
Got it.
Turn in to someone. He turned in his keys to the manager.
Unless he became the manager.
Right. Tune in to a station. Tune in to CNN. Tune in to our podcast.
To for direction. Going to the station.
Listen in on someone. She listened in on their private call.
On for targeting. Spying on someone.
Log in to a service. Log in to your email. Log in to the website.
Although log into is becoming acceptable too.
True. And for formal writing, keep them separate. Okay, quiz time. Are you ready, Alice?
Oh, I love this part. Let's go.
Listeners, you try too. Ready? Number 1. She walked blank the room. In, into, or into?
She walked into the room. She entered the room.
Correct. Number 2. He gave blank the demands of the protesters.
He gave into the demands. Gave in is the phrasal verb. To the demands, separate.
Great job. Number 3. The kids were running blank the house.
They were running in the house. They were already inside, running around.
Perfect. Mom's not happy. Number 4. Please come blank and sit down.
Come in, just in, no extra word needed.
Yes. Number 5. The FBI listened blank the suspect's phone calls.
The FBI listened in on the suspect's phone calls. Secret listening. On for the target.
Excellent. Number 6. Make sure you tune blank our show next Friday.
Tune into our show. Tune in is the phrasal verb. To for the destination.
Perfect. And the last one. She ran blank her old friend at the supermarket.
She ran into her old friend. Ran into means she met someone unexpectedly.
That's right. Ran into can also mean to meet someone by chance. Another meaning of into.
I ran into my teacher at the coffee shop.
Exactly. You didn't crash into your teacher. You just happened to see them.
I hope not.
Okay, let's wrap this up with a clear summary.
Yes, let's make it easy to remember.
Number 1. In, by itself, means location or a completed movement. He is in the house. Please come in.
Simple, no direction happening or the movement is already done.
Number 2. Into, one word, means movement from outside to inside, a change of place. She walked into the room. He jumped into the pool.
There's movement, there's a destination.
Number 3. Into, two words, happens when in belongs to a phrasal verb and to is a separate preposition or part of an infinitive verb. He gave in to temptation. She went in to check.
The trick is to check. Is there a phrasal verb? If yes, keep in and to separate.
And here's memory trick number 1. If you can replace into with toward the inside of, then it's into, one word. If you can't, then it's probably into, two words.
She walked into the room, toward inside of the room. Works, so it's into.
He gave in to temptation, toward the inside of temptation. Nope, makes no sense.
So it must be gave in to.
Memory trick number 2. For phrasal verbs, remember, listen in on. You spy on a target. Tune into, you connect to a station.
On for targeting, to for direction. I love that.
And memory trick number 3. If the word after to is a verb, like see, check, drop off, then it's almost always into, two separate words.
Because into always needs a noun after it, not a verb.
Exactly. All right, everyone, that's it for today.
I hope that helped. This topic is tricky but so important.
It really is, and the best way to get good at this is to practice. So here's your homework.
Homework time.
Write 3 sentences in the comments. One with in, one with into, and one with into. Bonus points if you used listened in on or tuned into.
We will read them and let you know if they're correct.
And if you found this helpful, please share it with a friend who's learning English.
Yes, sharing helps us grow and helps more people learn.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. And remember, don't turn yourself into the police.
And make sure the FBI isn't listening in on you.
See you next time.